The Breakthrough. This show will be featuring individuals who have had a major breakthrough in their lives. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, guys. Thanks for tuning in to The Breakthrough. Today we have Miss Tonya Wilson, who's a breast cancer survivor. So my audience can get a little familiar with you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, like you said, my name is Tonya Wilson. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor, married, 2 kids, from Baton Rouge, and I'm from the Glen Oaks area, self-employed.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about breast cancer. When did you first find out, and tell me a little bit, how did you feel and what were you thinking?
Okay. I was diagnosed in 2012. That was the first diagnosis. I actually kind of felt it and found the lump myself. You know how they say normally do your self-examinations. I didn't really think it was important because I'm like, nah, it wouldn't happen to me. But of course, I felt the lump, and I asked my husband to feel it, and he said, yeah, he thought that's what it was. And I still put it in the back of my head, like, oh well. And I actually had a checkup coming up. So when I did go, when I went to the doctor, she actually did not feel it. I had to tell her. So when she did, my life did a 360 because I went downstairs, ultrasound, mammogram, everything. Like my whole life just, on September 24th at 9 a.m., my life changed.
And I definitely understand.
And that was in 2012. In 2017, I had a lump in the center of my chest, and it also went up to my lymph nodes. And I was going to the doctor, but I was kind of scared because I thought it would happen to me again, and it did. So again, the same thing, went through tests, and it was back the second time. And then the third time, this year, in April, I felt it again. And went to the doctor. I told him something's wrong. So the third time when I went, I actually just busted into my doctor's office. I was like, something's not right. I feel another. It was I'm gonna say it was like a stabbing pain, like it was hurting. I didn't know what it was, and it was like in the center of my chest again. So I went. I just sit in my doctor's office. I told the nurse I'll just wait till he get a chance to see me. So when I went to the bag, he felt it and was like, I don't think it's nothing major, but of course in your situation, I'm a run test. So he immediately sent me the next day to run test. Then he did a biopsy and an ultrasound and then a mammogram and all that good stuff. And it was cancer again. And this time it was kind of weird because I would have thought it was aggressive, and this was the smallest it's ever been. It was real small, and I did the less chemo.
So being that you went over, you've had it for a first time, a second time, and now a third time, just how does that feel now to have to go through that 3 times?
Well, it's overwhelming. The first time, it was like, okay, I got it. Okay, so, so we did the chemos and it went away. The second time knocked me off my feet. I was not expecting it. I mean, I was going to the doctor. I was getting blood work done. I was doing the proper procedures, to make sure that it doesn't come back. So when it did come back, it was shocking. The third time, I said, I can't do this no more. I refused. I was kind of like, I didn't even tell nobody. I actually just told everybody maybe about a month ago. And when I told everybody, I was actually finished with chemo because I just didn't want to, I didn't want the pity parties. I didn't want the, and all that stuff because I was in a good place, but it was really, really, really overwhelming. I just wanted to give up. I'm going to be honest. I just really wanted to give up because it was too much. Then when he told me I had to do chemo again, I'm like, again? So I did a total of 30 rounds of chemo from 2012 to 2019.
Wow. Well, tell me a little bit about your husband, your kids. How did they feel about you going through all of this?
Well, they've been real supportive. My son, he was in elementary school the first time. I didn't even tell him at all in 2012. Now, in 2017, he and I actually was able to sit down and have a discussion. And the first thing he said, but you ain't died the first time, so you can't die the second time. That was his take on it. But we kind of made jokes, like me and my kids, like they called me Milk Dud, and we kind of made it kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because and for my husband, he kind of feed off me. So however I feel is how he feels. And then I have a great, great, great support system.
It's definitely a great thing to have a support system. That's how a lot of people get through things.
All right, I have the cancer walk. I do it every year. I have so many people. It's overwhelming. I can't believe it. Everybody really does support me. I do T-shirts. I do everything. In the walks, and then normally we kind of make it like a family day afterwards. Mm-hmm. We'll just do the walk, and then we'll just hang out. We'll do space walk for the kids, and we kind of make it a family day. So the support system, it's great. I don't know who had me or them because they right there with me.
Yes, because my dad currently has cancer. He's been going through it for the last few months, and we've been supporting him. And right now he's only like 5% cancer, so I definitely understand you have to support that person.
You have to.
Uplift
that's
spirits.
Real big because you already feel like what else can happen next. So yeah, that's big, and that's what actually got me through.
Because breast cancer is a deadly disease, what did you hold on to, grab on to, or what was your inspiration to get over this deadly disease?
Prayer. I prayed so much. It was like, I believed from day one that I was healed. The first, second, and third time. I believed from day one. Couldn't nobody tell me. I don't know if I put it in the back of my mind or just I just believed from day one that I can be healed and I can live to tell other people about this deadly disease and that they can overcome it. But I also feel that it's a mind thing.
Yes.
If you think negative, it's going to be negative. If you think positive, then it's going to be positive. So my goal was to surround myself with people who are positive.
Right.
And praying people, because I needed that motivation. I didn't want nobody to tell me, oh, that's why I don't like all that. I don't want you to feel sorry for me.
God is good.
Exactly. So I don't want you to feel sorry for me at all. I want you to, if you know me, treat me the same way.
Exactly.
I don't want you to treat me like, oh my.
No.
Because I don't want you around me. I need nothing but positive vibes. So that's what I've really been trying to be around as far as, we laugh and joke about it. I do little speaking engagements and all kind of stuff, but kind of to the point now where I don't even want to do it, but because it's kind of overwhelming to keep talking about it.
Yes.
But other than that, prayer.
Prayer.
Yes.
That's great. Many women battle with breast cancer, and a lot of them are afraid. So what's something that you can tell them? Is it okay to be afraid? Is there something they could use, to fuel or, get over that battle?
For most people that I talk to, I tell them, keep going. Keep going. It's nothing. It's scary. You actually scared of the unknown because you don't really know. You could be doing the chemo or whatever the doctor tell you, and it still don't work. Like you be going to the doctor because the first time I did it, I did chemo. No, I did surgery and then I did chemo. So I don't know if it was working. I had no idea.
Right.
And I had to do chemo, and then when I was finished, I did my scan, and that's how I knew it was gone. The second and third time, the reason I knew it was gone was because my lump went down. Mm-hmm. So that's how I know the second and the third time. So the first time, I was just there, oh God, please, please. So it's very scary, but it's also scary. It's also, you should also be scared of the unknown. And I tell people that all the time. I have people walk up to me, I have a lump in my breast, and I be like, well, go to the doctor. I can't help you. I would love to, but you have to go to the doctor, but they are really scared. And I say you should be scared of the unknown because you don't know. But for anybody going through it, keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. If you at the finish line or almost to the finish line, keep going. It'd be great to let them.
So Tonya, having faced death 3 times, how do you appreciate life now?
Oh, that's a $1 million question. I live it to the fullest, and I tell everybody that. But I also do one day at a time. That's all I can give. That's all. I don't know. I might walk into the doctor's office tomorrow. He might be like, we got to do this, we got to do that. When I go to the doctor, I just be like, okay. Like I get blood work, I get scans. I just left the doctor yesterday to be exact. So my life now, it already was full of doctor's appointments. Now it's even more because by me having it the third time, he had to put me on different medicine. So he want to check me a lot, which I'm glad, because he really cared, and my healthcare team really, really makes a difference.
It does.
But when I say I live it to the fullest, I live it to the fullest.
Live your best life.
Right, and I'm enjoying it too.
To God be the glory.
Yes, God is good.
Yes. So now that you've overcome breast cancer, what are some things that you do for prevention, or what are some things you can tell an audience on how to prevent breast cancer?
Well, from the beginning when I initially started with my shirts and when I was first diagnosed, I always tell everybody check yourself. You know your body better than anybody. Had I just ignored it, well, you're supposed to do self-examinations, but a lot of women that I talk to don't. A lot of women don't go to doctors. If they hear my story, they cry and they don't go. So that's why I say you should be scared of the unknown, not, you know. So what I basically tell them, just make sure you go to your appointments, get your mammograms.
Yes.
Get your mammograms, and you should know your body. You should know if you're feeling something different or if it's not supposed to be there, if it's a pain or something. So I tell all of them because I get asked all those questions all the time, everywhere I go. I get the inboxes, I get the DMs, and I tell everybody, just make sure you check yourself. And then when you go to the doctor, you can tell him what you're feeling. And then they can do the necessary test to make sure that, to make sure that you're okay. I did slack up on working out. I've started back faithfully. I know that's real big. My doctor also told me to make sure I'm really not a meat eater like talking about. I really kind of fell back from the meat. The dairy products, I don't really do milk or anything like that. So, and I try to drink a lot of alkaline water. I know it's hard to put your body into an alkaline state, but I try real hard. But I guess my story was written, so I wouldn't change it. Of course, I'd be overwhelmed. Some days I feel like giving up. Some days I want to cry, but I'm human.
Yes, and we all are.
I'm human, so, but for the most part, I give it one day at a time. When my feet hit the ground, it is what it is for that day.
And a lot of times God sometimes uses us to inspire or maybe help, someone else in that same situation.
Right, but I also laugh and joke and say, God, I'm tired. I don't want to be there. You don't have to show me no more. I say that all the time. Look, you don't have to show me no more. I understand. Like, okay, dude. But nah, all jokes aside, when I was diagnosed with the second time, I went to my daddy. Daddy like, why? I'm tired. Like, why? And he was like, why not? So, I really hope that my story really helped people. Like I say, I'd be overwhelmed about sharing it sometimes, but I really hope it helped people because in the Black community, I realize that a lot of our women don't really get tested or checked like they should.
No.
And they have free stuff all the time. Like, the Leo S. Butler Center, and they'll post up all on Foster. They be having places where you can go get the free exams, and we still don't do it. And then sometimes you wait till it's too late,
Right.
So I'd be like, instead of, I always say, instead of getting ready, stay ready.
Stay ready.
So just go to the doctor, see what they say. It can be something small turn into something big. So why not just face the giant?
Face the giant? Tonya, I love that. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today to our show. Thank you so much, Tonya.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you would like to tell our audience?
I will tell the audience, if anybody battling anything, cancer, it doesn't matter. Keep going and face the giant.
Face the giant. What an amazing person with an amazing story. She definitely had a breakthrough. Thanks for tuning in today for this episode of The Breakthrough. I'm Latonya J, your breakthrough